postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. A game 6 for the ages. Cat, another triple-double. Look at the ball movement. OG Anunoby, 26 of his 29 in the first half. Mikal Bridges, excellent game for him. He had 24. Knicks fans outside MSG loving this. 140-89. Knicks advance over the Hawks in 6 games. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. What an amazing performance. Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, and Wally Zerbiak. We've been fortunate enough to watch a lot of Knicks basketball. We've worked together we're really lucky to have been colleagues for all these years. We've never seen anything like what we saw. That's why you got to watch. It was just amazing.
It was the greatest performance in playoff history for the Knicks, and that's saying a lot considering how much history this franchise has. And it says also a lot about what this team's about, what this team has, and what this team can do.
Yeah, it's a reminder that this team is legitimate championship contenders.
All right, Jalen Brunson joins us now from Atlanta. Jalen, thanks so much for your time. That was an amazing performance. Take us through that first half. What made you guys so effective right off the opening tip?
I think the way we were playing defense, we were finding a way. They went a quick run early in the game, but we found a way to stay poised, stay locked in, kept getting stops, kept creating turnovers, getting out in transition. Just made the game easy for us.
Yeah, Jalen, you guys answered a 9-0 run with a 31-4 run, just so you know. What changed between Game 3 and Game 4 for this team?
I think we just need to lock in a little more. There's 2 one-point victories that we could have won. 1-point losses that we could have won, but I think our focus changed a little bit. Attention to detail really matters, and we just found a way.
Jalen, it looks to me like this team continues to gain confidence. Guys are just playing their best basketball when it counts. What do you think has allowed this team to do this?
I think just that. The confidence that we have, playing for each other, just finding a way just to sit together, most importantly.
Jalen, thank you so much. Congrats on a phenomenal game, a great series, and we'll talk to you in the next round, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It's amazing. Jalen Brunson scored only 17 points, and the Knicks scored the most points they've ever scored in a playoff game. He only scored 17 points. Cat had a triple-double, took only 4 shots.
Took only 4 shots, yeah. This was the epitome of a team win, right? Of a team performance. And also, when you think about the 2 top stars, all-NBA players on this team, in Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, it was a guy that we've talked about this entire series, Wally, OG Anunoby, that was such a difference maker as well. But as we talk about, again, the team effort at both ends of the floor, including defense.
Yeah, and this is just why, like I said, this team has been built to win a championship. And there's nothing short of winning a title that will lead to the expectations that this team wants coming into this season. And we're reminded of it. We saw it. This team has a level that I don't know if they even knew they could get to. This team was really good last year. They were Eastern Conference finalists. This year, you can see what this coaching staff has unlocked in this roster.
But how about after Game 3? We're like, oh, my, what's going on here?
That's when you find out about your team.
Right.
That's when you find out about what your team and your coaching staff is really about. When your backs are against the wall, when the pressure's at its tightest and at its highest. And we learned a lot about how good this team can be. You need to go through those moments. Mike Brown's been saying it all season long. You need to hit some adversity to see what you're really made of and see if you have each other's back when you're going through tough times. And that's what champions are all about. When you need to step up and play your best, you deliver. And this team did it. Now they have to continue to do it, and it's going to get harder and harder and harder as you advance in the NBA playoffs. But wow, did they pass the first round with flying colors.
And we've always talked about with teams that you have to go through the adversity and the pain of losing in the playoffs to learn from it, and then the next year where you go from there. And that's why the core of this group that has been together for a couple of years, and they had a long run last year with Karl-Anthony Towns as part of it, that's what they can build off of. That's what they can lean on. And in those moments, when I talked to those guys after that game, the Game 2, they all talked about what was in that locker room and what they knew they had in that room. And then on top of it, there's Mike Brown, who is new to this group, but the adjustments that he makes, and sometimes is willing to take a backseat to his assistants and even to the room. What do you guys want to do? What will you make happy? He was making adjustments in this series, and we said it in pregame, that became checkmate.
One of the things that the Knicks have shown here, OG Anunoby is now become an elite scorer. I mean, he's consistently scoring 20 points a night. He's our New York State Lottery power player. Had his best half, playoffs or regular season, ever, with 26 points in the first half, 29 for the game, ties his career playoff high for a game. He shot 11 of 14, Walt.
I know. He came out in that first quarter, and he's showing us stuff that we haven't seen in the last couple of years since he's been traded into a New York Knicks uniform. I mean, his arsenal offensively, he's unguardable when he gets involved. And he's an elite finisher around the basket. Karl-Anthony Towns unlocked that in this series. And then when you start getting those layups and dunks, the threes just start flowing like water. The off-the-dribble game was really good. It didn't affect his defense. Obviously, he really made Jalen Johnson's life very difficult. But overall, the way he's playing, you add him to the third All-Star mix with Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, this team is playing scary basketball right now. They really are. Their confidence is through the roof. The coaching staff has unlocked it.
Yeah.
Plus 84, Allen.
The real OG.
Plus 84.
Plus 84?
I mean, look at the that plus minus blows your mind, right? But the shooting percentages.
Yeah.
61%. The rebounding, which I don't think we've talked enough about. He has been a big-time rebounder in the series.
Yes.
And the three-point shooting, again, at 56%. The steals and the blocks as well, 1.8. It's the all-around game that he brings. And I'm telling you, what I think you saw with OG is a player that got extra locked in, especially once Karl-Anthony Towns became the point of attack, hub of the offense, because his cuts were being found. And when they were doubling off him, he was killing you with those threes. I think it's amazing to see what they've unlocked with this offense.
Yeah.
And it's not just what they've unlocked for
shown
Towns.
it all season. They completely changed in the middle when your backs are against the wall in a series down 2-1.
I mean, there are a lot of possessions, guys, where Jalen Brunson's like in the corner.
Yeah,
totally.
And you got Towns operating, OG
that is
posting up,
elite
and that's
level coaching. It's elite level coaching.
Yeah.
They watched the film and they said to themselves, Jalen's having a real problem orchestrating the offense with Dyson Daniels all over him and being trapped every time he touches the ball. So we're going to make a really bold move. We're going to take the ball out of his hands. We're going to let Karl-Anthony Towns initiate the offense. And it worked like an absolute charm. Just perfection the way it worked. And it's a big risk, but obviously this coaching staff trusts Karl-Anthony Towns, trusts the rest of the personnel to take the ball out of Jalen's hands, and Jalen trusts his teammates.
That part, yeah, the trust.
He trusts his teammates to let that happen and make it happen.
Yeah, and if they had MVPs for playoff series, this would be OG Anunoby's MVP series.
The Knicks guys win by 51 points, largest margin of victory in franchise history in a playoff game, 140 points scored, most points they've ever scored in a playoff game. We got 11 for the first quarter in Knicks playoff history, 25. Most points in a first half in Knicks playoff history, 83.
Wow.
Largest halftime lead in the history of the NBA in the playoffs. 47-point halftime lead. And the run, guys, we mentioned 31-4.
Yeah.
The total run was 63-11. Wally, you are the former pro. You're the guy that can play. Have you ever 63-11?
And it's in a game 6 where you've seen the same team 5 times already. I mean, that's the crazy part.
Right.
Normally, a game 6 situation, game 6 type situation, it's a slugfest because you don't know what the other, you know exactly what the team's running. It's all defense. You're controlling the tempo, and the Knicks they can be such a good basketball team. We saw it. They're so hard to prepare for. This team has a level that they can get to that I don't think we even thought they can get to. And that's a great sign moving forward as it gets tougher as you advance in these playoffs, because you've got to be able to win a lot of different ways. And this Knicks team showed they can play and win in a lot of different styles and ways.
All right, guys, Monica McNutt on the radio call from Atlanta on ESPN New York. As always, joins us now from Atlanta. Monica, what do you have? What a night, huh?
Pito, I don't know. Like, I am without words on how to describe what was happening in this ball game, y'all. Like, and here's the thing. I asked Mike Brown pregame can you take us inside the arc of a 7-game series? Because it feels like after game 3, the Knicks turned a corner on something. And he gave the Hawks credit for forcing this team to be better, both the coaching staff and down to the players, and the Knicks raising their level as veteran players. But he said one thing, Wally, and you know this. He said closeout games are the toughest in a series. What closeout game was tough? Because what in the world did we just watch unfold? Like, that was not tough. That was unreal, y'all, and it was so much fun to be here and be part of it.
Now, Monica, we spent a lot of time talking about individual performances, whether it's Cat's triple-double, and obviously OG has been great all series. Yeah. But we've got to talk. I think that run was spurred on mostly by defense, because there was a time in the broadcast, on the TV broadcast, Tim Legler said that the Hawks look rattled. Did you see that from the Knicks defense in that first quarter with how they were just causing turnovers and the Hawks couldn't run anything offensively?
We roll with this team for 82, y'all, and we have seen them play outstanding defense. I don't think I've ever seen them pick the ball off 6 out of 9 possessions, if you will, in the way that they did in this ball game. And so I agree with Tim Legler's assessment for sure. It felt like, and I had this thought during Game 5, but I was like, they're on the road, they're traveling, whatever. I thought that they looked a little bit tired in Game 5, and when they came out tonight, I didn't think the Hawks were focused on any level. And to the Knicks' credit, they doubled down on what the Hawks could not bring. They brought what they needed to bring to close out this game in droves.
Monica, what are your thoughts on just the way the Knicks can play totally different ways? They can play some iso ball with Jalen Brunson if they want. They can run the offense through Karl Anthony Towns. They can have different point guards coming off the bench, orchestrating the offense, making things happen. What about the versatility of the way the Knicks can beat you?
I love it, Wally. I think that's a great call. And Tyler and I, because, you know, we had time to talk about other things on the broadcast, we sort of took some time to pontificate about what it might look like in the next round, right? The thing why Karl Anthony Towns was so successful, and I loved him as a hub in this series, size is going to change, whether it be Boston or Philly in the next round. That's going to change. But the play that they keep running, and I understand it's just reads in terms of going to set screens to make guys available. To make guys available, I think that is something that will hold even into the next series, and that will help them be able to get to their second and third option, even as they potentially are playing teams that have bigger defenders.
All right, Monica. Round number 2, here we come. As always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
We out. Sounds good, guys.
This defense, especially here, guys, in the first quarter, you go back to let's go over the last 3 first quarters. 20 points allowed. Last game, 22 first quarter points allowed. Tonight, 15 first quarter points allowed. When you are not allowing the other team, Wally, to get going out of the gate,